I would say, in Liquid's game on their T side and so on. But I mean, the thing is, though, I keep getting surprised. My expectations keep getting denied, and a lot of it you can definitely put down to the fact that Liquid are just probably going to be a bit more loose, a lot more loose than normally they would like to be, or whatever, just because they need to restructure things a little bit with the lineup as it is. And also GB James has made an exit, James. So there's no one to tell them when they should make plays.
Make a play to coagulate your yogurt.
When they should make plays such as this, or when they should not make plays.
Make a play that coagulates your yogurt. There's the bomb. There will be some coagulation for the CT side. That's a nice one tap there. So TSM looking good in the hood, but 2 more to find, and Kusta will make it 3 more to find for the T side. Not over yet. Adren is Sick jumping around, and Sick will be punished for announcing his position before emerging from the darkness.
Well, we get some action. There is much action. There is continued action until the action finished, and that is the frag from Adren. Nicely done there. 3 kills for him, and that's going to be a nice situation there for the Liquid side. They get to once again start with an advantage, but now we will get to see how their anti-eco truly will be, because that's a really big point of contention right now. I mean, this is a massive edge that they can potentially have over their opposition if they're able to play advantages correctly, like as they should be. It's Liquid. God damn it, it's Liquid.
It is Liquid. So let's have a look and see what these anti-ecos are like, and these anti-force buys. Let's have a look and see if Liquid will have a good time of it, if TSM can mount a good defense. Offense is often the best form of defense. It's like the Manchester United strategy under Alex Ferguson. Score more goals than you concede. We will see how many goals TSM can score, if any, on this force buy. Sick looking for some information, perhaps going for a bait what FNS picks up, but the teams are too far away. The spray down will not be punished by the TSM side. FNS spotted, FNS dead.
He died.
No finesse allowed on this round. And oops, Max was like, oh, I'm sorry, bro, but he will be punished by Tempest.
I love all the SMGs, James. You can make money with those, don't you know?
Yeah, they are good for the bank balance. They're good for the bank balance then. 2-0 to Liquid. Good start so far. Again, it is the 3rd map. So both teams running out of opportunities to make errors here. I really feel like we can adopt the phrase unforced error, from tennis.
Unforced error.
Obviously with a different meaning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, it's the same meaning basically, right?
Well, you
force an error. There's no, because if you're good play, there's nothing they could do.
The definition is slightly different. Obviously, the interpretation is up to you, but yeah.
I take it literally, James.
You do that. It's fine with me. So Liquid moving into an empty, clear, vacant. A bomb site has been abandoned, like an episode of Walking Dead. And perhaps they will join the Walking Dead, minus the walking. Once Liquid plant this bomb, a nice open plant can be defended from multiple locations, should it be required. TSM should be dying soon. Dying. It's a good start. That sensitivity of a liege. It's cray. Like the coordination there between Elige and Adren. Didn't lead to any kills, but the coordination is there, and that's the important thing in the long run if we are playing the long game here, which we are. So Finesse can kill Elige, does kill Elige, shoots to trade. The formalities are over, and it's time to buy.
I just realized, by the way, that you said unforced error, whereas I thought you said for some reason that a forced error, which is obviously 2 very different things. But never mind, so I apologize. Anyway, Liquid are off to a good start, and this is really tough, isn't it? I mean, there are no incendiaries on the TSM side, and that does help dramatically. When you're able to delay and stagger the push of the Ts, when they do, let's say, a B set piece or something similar, that's half the battle, because if you can stop them from hitting drop and plat at the same time, or at least creating an offset between the two so they can't coordinate quite so well, then as the CTs, you can have a much easier time defending. And without the incendiaries, it does make that a little bit more difficult. And without the AWP, it's also going to be a little bit tougher than perhaps otherwise anticipated here for the TSM side. But you can see that Liquid are running just somewhat of a default here, just playing a passive to begin with, stopping any CT aggression at the beginning of the round. And now they're coming to combine their forces, to combine James, to create an explosive effect. Potentially, that's what they want on the B-bomb site.
Is it like when the Power Rangers combine and make the big monster?
It's maybe you just, sure, why not? Let's do that.
Will there be a sword?
There may or may not be a sword that is mega. Okay, here you go. All the nades, all the time. Little flash there from Semphis, but 3 players are actually going down drop actually. So interesting split here. Ooh, Semphis not able to get the initial kill immediately, but there is a nice little combo from Sick and Semphis. The trades come in, but you can see that TSM actually are doing a remarkable job. However, despite the bomb being down, Adren is in a great position here with the AK-47 rather. It is Kusta with the orb. Adren just needs to get those taps going, but that boulder is so annoying, so frustrating, that boulder. Where's Obelix when you need him to lift the boulder? We have Kusta now alone against these 3 players. Nice little shot there on Twist. Missing the flick here. 1 HP, 5 seconds. I think Kusta is due a visit to the bench. Okay, he's not going to get sent to the bench until after time.
Oh, that is BG's.
Goddamn.
That is goddamn.
That is really awful. That's the worst feeling.
That's BG's.
That is the worst
feeling.
It's
not GG's, it's BG's. It's not good games, it's bad games. It's bad. No money for him.
Yeah, that's rough.
He has been robbed, Mike Jones style. Help, I've been robbed, Mike Jones.
I don't know that reference.
I wouldn't, oh, you wouldn't, Dan. It's too grimy even for you.
Too grimy, really. I wonder if anyone gets that reference on the stream.
Somebody must.
It's unlikely.
I know that somebody will. Perhaps not. If you do, though, props to you.
Props.
Bit of gangster rap. Okay, so the AWP is on to the TSM side. Liquid looking to pressure the economy of the TSM guys like an angry international monetary fund, Dan. Well, let's see if their demands will be met or if TSM will default. There is a minute 10 for Liquid to decide their own fates as TSM lie in wait. Simply lie in wait. There is, let's see, who is playing over towards the drop? I think it's FNS actually playing in the window. Though he is moving around now. But if he jumps on that ledge and stands in the left corner, it is a headshot angle which can be pre-fired by a T peeking from upper. Sick is getting a bit adventurous here after the T's winning the round, and that is going to give Liquid an unnecessary advantage, perhaps ill timing from him.
But Semphis is there to save the day as the T's gravitate onto the B bomb site, where Semphis is indeed waiting. And his patience has paid off, as there's not much here for Hiko to do. I mean, this would be pretty remarkable where he's going to try to get his get right on, but there is no love to be found with long-range spray from Hiko's AK-47 in that instance. And instead, it's going to be the round awarded to TSM, who did have certainly a very, I mean, you can say what you want about Sick's push. Was it ill-advised, James? Maybe. Was it aggressive? Was it impatient? Perhaps it could have been any of these things. Was it a correct decision? I'm not sure if it was or if it wasn't, but it sure gave a lot of information for TSM to know exactly what was coming and when. And with Semphis holding the line with the AWP there, it all paid off in the end. And this is an angle and a half there from Automatic, picking up the frag onto Nitro, and Sick will also take down Adren. You can see that this eco is being cleaned up pretty adeptly by the TSM side. You know, as far as we were talking about, you know, Liquid, we expect Liquid to win. We expected Liquid to win 2-0, James, but TSM have taken it this far. How do you feel about their hopes on Cobblestone? Because they're looking like they're going to get a good chunk of CT rounds.
Yeah,
now.
So far, so good. Perhaps they have been improving on the slide, and perhaps they are stronger than we are giving them credit.
It's very possible.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell. So there are only 2 members remaining for Liquid. Bomb plant does not look likely at the moment. There are no kills on the T side. However, Elige has spotted a sick pushing once again. And I do wonder why he is doing that when they're on an eco, what the necessity is of such a play when you are 5 against 2 and the opposing force are on the hard eco. Just throwing money away, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. Throwing money away. Okay.
I mean, bearing in mind, this is only the 6th round. That money may come back to haunt them a bit later on.
Yep. Absolutely. The 3-3. The 3-3. What are threes? In fact, what's the nickname? If you get a pocket threes, what are they?
Don't know.
Threes.
Makes me think bingo for some reason, but there we go. I have no idea. They may not even have a name. They probably do.
I think, no, everything. I think every pocket player has a name.
I don't care.
Jacks are hooks.
Yeah, fish hooks. Or hooks.
And aces are bullets. I can't remember any of the others. I can't remember any of the others.
My M4 Nitro is named Bullet, which is not in relation to aces. Both teams back on the bye now, 3-3. The score will be. Got 2 Ts over towards long A at the moment. And again, we expected this map to be somewhat slow, but that is an early frag, relatively speaking. A chink in the armor of Liquid has been exploited by Automatic, who gives his team a strong advantage and finds out some information for his team. Bomb not spotted though, so there won't be an over-rotation from the CTs.
Yeah, it's looking like we're going to see TSM now with a good setup here for a defense, but the only sacrifice is the information. But that also can be quite difficult to come by on the cobblestone, on the cobobulous cobblestone that we know and love. It can be hard to push as the CTs, but the push will come to them towards the A bomb site here. The spray, the wild flailing of Twist FAMAS there by the A mid is going to be good for 1 frag, but or 2 frags rather, but is it going to be enough here? The T's are rabid, furious onto this A site. The bomb is yet to be planted, 6 straight up in there though by the smoke, and he will get killed. It's just down to Semphis versus Kuster, Orp versus Orp with the pistols instead in hand, or Orpa versus Orpa rather, with pistols in hand, and it will be Semphis that will win the battle of the pistols. Not giving him as much trouble as Shazam today at the 1 vs 1. Shazam. Wham bam Shazam.
So not much between the teams at the moment. Liquid looking to keep the pressure up somewhat with these pistols. But again, okay, we've got 1 flash onto Hiko. 4 Tech 9s invested and a P250. Kevlar's as well, and the 1 flashbang. So what is the play? Does he pop flash them into drop? Seems the entire team is focused there. Although Blade, for example, would throw the pop flash from below the stairs. And it seems Liquid will be afforded the drop zone for free, but they can't plant the bomb there. They have not taken the bomb through with them to the drop zone. Oh, at least could have got some headshots there, but he didn't touch Twist at all. That's very unlucky for him. Twist with 2 frags now, and the team have their attention. They have their focus over towards the drop. And all the players there have died, leaving Nitro alone. Shoulder peeks, avoids getting orbs, but will get rifled. Instead, TSM with another round.
I wonder if the unexpected will occur. I don't know what to expect.
TSM win?
Yeah, I don't know what to expect anymore. Maybe TSM won't be able to show up with a T side. That's even if they have a big CT side. I honestly don't know what to expect. The normal conventions on which I apply expectation into matches of Counter-Strike based on knowledge of the scene, of the meta and the teams, doesn't seem to apply anymore, James. I'm just here, bearing witness.
You are a mere man, Dan, a mere mortal. Just a guy about town.
This push is really fast with the AK-47, straight up middle, straight in. And what is going on? Twist there, looking behind his teammate who's looking behind him, and everyone is just dying. Automatic able to somewhat salvage that awkward situation with a couple kills, but it is TSM scrambling through the choke points to try to get themselves onto the retake. Looking quite difficult so far though. Adren diving on top of the APC there, laying waste to the TSM players before him. and that's going to be all the frags, all the time for Team Liquid to take the round. But can they withstand the buy that's about to hit them from the TSM side? They still have money in the coffers to expend to make Liquid's life somewhat troubled. Let's have a look and see if they're going to get a good defense here. I mean, Liquid they just ran up mid that round. I like that strat, James. Run up middle. That's the strategy I can get behind.
So the team's starting to trade rounds now. The CT economy looks a bit delicate. I like the Molotov. Oh, that smoke is a pain. Kind of resets the situation as well. Although it would be a brave CT to move into that position. That was just Molotov. So 6 shoulder peeking. Fitness, I think, is going to throw a flash for him to peek shortly. There's the flash. And we have a bunch of flash players. And a dead sick. Good pick by Kusta. Fitness didn't have any nades left. Got to kill onto Nitro though. And gets out of the way just in time. Needs a rotation from his teammates before the choke point gets smoked off, and he has that. Kusta now staying on the high ground, getting hit by a second Molotov, and he is indeed on fire. Nice shot by Kusta, taking down Twist and Trade, but Semphis is the last man standing for the CT side. Is he willing to push it?
Yeah, I mean, is Semphis going to be able to find a way to get this done? Looks like he's going to do the smart thing, James. And sometimes it is smarter to know when not to fight. Wait, what?
I'm wondering myself.
I don't know. You've got to know when to fight and when not to fight.
It's good to know that.
And Semphis has chosen when not to fight.
What has he chosen?
He's chosen not to fight.
Okay.
Because it is the time when not to fight. It's like Kula, the legendary Quake player, said, you must know when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive.
Profound.
It was pretty sick. Actually, it was really funny. He said that in an interview at an IEM. Because like he said it to Stranks, he was another Quake player. He was a kind of like a moody French guy. He was always coming in top 4, but could never beat the top 2. And they're having a moment on the couch, and he was like trying to coach him, but in like really broken English. And he's like, "You must know when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive." That was his advice. It was a special moment, James, for all involved.
Glory.
And now it's TSM. They got 5 rounds, but they look at risk at losing this round. It's just Semphis who is going to be packing a punch with the big gun that is the AWP, the sniper rifle, the weapon of choice for Mr. Semphis. However, we'll take Team Liquid to walk into this. Looks like they're going to be nading in, trying to deny these close-range positions from any pistoling players who could be lurking nearby in any
Boom!
But pinned to the wall. Oh, Semphis! Oh my God, he's going absolutely massive. Semphis with 3 kills, down by A mid, looking for more right now, and he's just going to whip there. The flash catching him, but he has teammates here in a 1 versus 3. Surely they can get something done. Adren will cut the numbers thinner, but there are still 2 in Finesse and Sick, and Sick is going to have a position that I don't think Adren's ever going to expect, and there you go, rip Adren. But Semphis, what a play, James. Who is this guy?
He's the problem, Dan. Semphis, the problem.
The problem, Semphis. Semphis, the problem, Semphis.
Semphis, the problem, Semphis.
I don't know what his first or last name is anymore. I can't remember.
It's Semphis.
He's discarded his slave name, James, which is whatever his real name was. It's on his birth certificate. He's now Semphis.
The Semphis.
He's
Semphis,
freed.
the problem, Semphis.
He's emancipated himself.
He is purely Semphis.
Now he is Semphis. What are we saying? What's going on right now?
They're just going back and forth with these rounds. Everything is close.
I meant with us, but also the game. Also the game.
What?
I said with us. What is going on with us as well?
Oh, yes.
Right. So Liquid's with a suspect buy. This is suspicious, James.
The suspect buy?
With a suspect buy. This is suspicious.
Okay.
In nature. I mean, it's not looking very good, is it? Tech 9. I mean, they have 4 smokes and a Molotov and 3 flashbangs. If you have a plan for like a very distinct plan, and the CTs don't kill somebody early, so you lose those grenades before you can enact the plan, it's actually a fine amount of grenades. But it's like a one-use sort of situation. You can't sort of win some position and then try to, you know, execute elsewhere. You won't have the nades for that. So they've got to get it done on the first push, whatever that might be. And it does look like they're going to go for the A split or the A play. They seem somewhat committed here. The nades are going to be going over. That's a nice nade over the top there for the doors. Great smoke. That's going to isolate the CTs on the bomb site, of which there are 2. Also nice smoke there from Twist. Going to make his life easier defending against the oncoming Ts. He will be jumping up in the APC. What a double peek there. Twist is going to be taken down with almost no effort, seemingly, from the Liquid side. What a round from Liquid. Again, they had a very limited amount of utility, but they sure as hell knew how to use it.
Yes, they did. So we continue to trade rounds here. 6 left with 8 HP. FNS switching to a pistol at just the wrong time. Maybe it was an accident. Either way, he's dead. Leaving Sick alone with big-ass Bowie. Look at the size of that knife. It is nice. It's a pretty sick knife. Well, there we go. So 6-6. If we can have a quick look at the money, that would be fantastico. So indeed, the 2 rounds in a row for the Ts, catching up. Then the CTs taking the lead again, and then the Ts catching up once more. And this will ruin the economy. This will truly, madly, deeply ruin the economy.
The damage is irreparable, James.
Of the CT side.
It is irreparable. It cannot be repaired.
Your powers of observation continue to serve you well.
It might be repaired, though. Because Semphis has an op, James. And that means the redemption is on the way.
Is it time for confession, Dan? Is it time to testify, as Devon Dudley would say?
Now testify. We've had a lot of song references in the cast today, actually. A lot of song references. I must say, I am quite frankly impressed. It's above average.
Can't be impressed.
I will do that. I will do that promptly, presently. Okay, so looks like we'll see a bit of a default here. So you can expect just a slow opening here from Liquid. That is what I expect. That's what I'm seeing. My expectation is matching the
reality.
The reality, indeed.
Nice.
The observation. So Liquid, after now, you know, they're somewhat confident. Okay, there's no quick aggression here. The one thing about this default is that I feel like Liquid are being very, very passive towards the towards B plateau. Now, you know, usually what you can do in a default like this is have some information gathering on a B plateau, and either send the guy along B plateau, slowly but surely, testing the waters. You know, just working it out, trying to just figure it out himself as a solo man, or you know, you can try to get him into drop or something similar. And in fact, Nitro, who was that man, is going all the way back past the Dragon Lord Tapestry, back around towards the A side to rejoin the full force of the push.
The full force.
The fist stat is going to be breaking the wall that is the defense of TSM, or at least that is the plan. But look, we'll have the engagements coming in here with the grenades for the Liquid side, and TSM, they cannot defend, James. They don't have what it takes in their arsenal to defend the aggression.
This is the problem, Dan. This is indeed a problem, because Liquid are going to take the lead now. But 6 rounds is not bad on the CT side so far for the TSM team. There are 2 rounds remaining in the first half of the final map in this best of 3. 1-1 is the score in terms of games. Not much indication as to who might take it ultimately when all is said and done, when the chips are somewhere. So TSM
somewhere, if they may, I don't know.
TSM on the eco. It's a good start to an anti-eco here. Trend let's just fire all the bullets. Let's go. Let's do it. Warning shots, just in case there's a stack, in case there are many, many men, as 50 Cent would say.
Many men, many men.
So moving over towards the B-bomb site, or the Liquid site, as are the TSM players now that everything has started to go a bit quiet towards A. So we've got a bit of a fail boost coming in there, but starting to work now. A flash will oh, goodbye. Thank you for playing, and goodbye. Has a teammate to join him. And we have floating stickers.
It's like the Vive when you have like things floating in the air. It's like your controller's floating in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Virtual reality hype.
VR's taking over, man. I don't know what's going on. Imagine all the possibilities. All the possibilities. Unlimited, endless. So 8-6 in Liquid, they are getting a respectable scoreline here. Although TSM with 6 rounds on the CT side, again, I don't know how their T side is really going to look. I feel like maybe they don't even know how it's going to look. But that's actually like very good going in how things typically are. I think that grenade was supposed to bounce off the box there. So it's like we shall have a CT up on B plateau nonetheless. And the T's will be... They're walking around, James. They are currently walking and running around.
A stroll is in progress, Dan. Last round, first half. Passive is the Liquid start. We are moving towards the 1 minute mark and everybody is standing still, Dan. There is not much to report other than Sick is leading the charge. Bomb has been spotted as well, but they will make no attempt to hold on to it in that position. They will retreat with their man advantage, which they will enjoy. They will bask in the glory, Dan, while they can.
Yeah, Sick doesn't seem a fan of this slow stuff. We've seen him pushing there multiple times, actually. And it's, again, it's usually quite punishable because a lot of teams tend to have, like I said before, they tend to have one man in their defaults. It doesn't have to commit towards B plateau. His job is to not die, maybe get a kill if possible, but just harass, gain information, and create presence. So that pushes like that are not possible. Although we'll see the re-push back on B plateau coming from Liquid, retaking what was once rightfully theirs, and now they are down onto the bomb site. The statue, Sick is protecting and hugging the statue, but he will burn. He will be incinerated by the Molotovs there of the Liquid side as they get the plant in progress. It has now been completed, and detonation is imminent should the TSM side not be able to defuse the bomb in a prompt manner. And here comes Twist from the back with assistance. And this should be a very, very strong approach, but he is going to whiff quite a few shots here. In goes the incendiary. Oh, close range peek coming in from Alish right now. Oh, and the
nice
last 2 frags right at the end. I didn't think Twist had it, but then he did. James,
that was a nice shot.
He's given the golf clap.
That was sharp. I appreciate it. I respect it. And the bomb has indeed been defused. So the last round will go the way of TSM. 7 rounds on the CT side. I think that's pretty good. And again, TSM have had a good run of winning the second half pistols in this best of 3. If they manage to do that again here, and then they can break the first bite of Liquid, I think they stand a really good chance of taking this best of 3. You can see the kills are reasonably spread out across both sides. But yeah, I think I wouldn't go as far as to say that it is TSM's match to lose now, but I think that there is some great potential here for them to take this series.
Absolutely, they've set themselves up nicely. Again, as I said, you know, this map is T-sided, tends to be quite T-sided. However, we'll have to see. I mean, Liquid might have quite a strong CT side, and if the thing is though, what TSM have also effectively done is bought themselves enough in the way of attempts at creating stuff that works for them. So you know, they can test this strategy, that strategy. They have the round buffer to at least have some level of experimentation. So that's going their way as well. And I hope to see that they have somebody that's, or at least in their default, I would like to see that one-man show on B plateau. That's something that can be great. It does take a lot of understanding. It's very hard to do that correctly. Usually teams will send their aim stars down on the B plateau to do that. But don't be tricked. It's not just about being an aim star. It's often about just creating presence and not dying. That's actually usually more important. Sometimes, of course, the aim stars, because they're aim stars, will get frags though. When the really big name teams like Fnatic send their Olofmeister, or you get Nico down there from Esports and so on. But here you go, the push comes in, and Liquid have to defend. And so far, it's not looking too shabby. Just finesse left.
Everyone's dead down.
And he is now currently taking a dirt nap. So Liquid with the strong start on the economy. Do TSM have any force buy rounds? This was something we saw was lacking on Mirage, was TSM when they were on the force buys and the buys effectively getting rounds. And in fact, even damaging the opponent's economy. Liquid got built so much bank on Mirage dealing with these rounds. We have 2 flashes and a smoke, James, and some pistols, and some armors, and some helmets.
We do. So Liquid finally won a second half pistol round against TSM in this series. But how far can they go with it? Do they have any answer to the force buy of TSM here? The smoke goes down for Kusta, followed up by a HE. Does a bit of damage to Sick. Other than that, the rest of the team will remain clean. So 3 towards long now, up close. That nade won't do much either. And TSM are continuing to close the distance towards the A sites here. However, there are 4 Liquid players lying in wait, and I do not believe they have been smoked off the choke point. So this should be a nice hold by the Liquid side. The spray, though, not working out with that FAMAS, leaving a man advantage for the T's now. They're on the site. The bomb is actually on the floor at the moment as TSM looks at, the headshot there, the Tech 9. What is going on, Dan? Adren is the last man standing now versus 3. He can do this. He can use the APC to try and avoid the multiple peak, but no. TSM take the force buy. They got so close to the site for free, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, Liquid tried to use the HEs there, but it just didn't work out. Did next to no damage.
Well, hold on. I mean, one thing I said previously was, for me, is a lot of Liquid's edge against TSM is never conceding rounds like that and winning them with a decent chunk of surviving players. But in reality, we're seeing the opposite now, and a couple pistols and 5 HEs invested in to do some damage towards B-Plat, perhaps. Probably expecting the B-Plat anti-eco play from TSM, and they would probably be right to expect that, but the smart thing from TSM is not to just rush it in there. It's to get a bit of a default going first before eventually going for that play, because then it's harder for Liquid to know what they're doing, and they're more likely to miss time or completely whiff their grenades. So let's see if that works in TSM's favor, or if Liquid can now do what was just done unto them.
3 HEs for the Liquid side. And 3 men towards B. Another slow round. And there is the first HE. Does it have any follow-up? As it's not done much damage. 2 HEs still in the hole for the CT side. Elige is playing an off angle. Automatic movement to drop. There are no Molotovs for the TSM side. And no kills for them just yet. As I say that, automatics come in to put in work, traded eventually by Nitro. But the numbers are in the advantage at the moment. We've got a fail spray coming in. Nitro going for a knife. He was pretty close, but didn't make it all the way.
Maybe if he had a bowie knife, James, he would have been able to reach.
Yeah, from the other side of the map, Dan. That thing is humongous.
Huge.
Yeah.
It's like one of those anime swords. You know, those anime swords, which are basically like they span the length of like
a small country.
Yeah, more or less. Mostly less though. But 9-9, 9-9, and it's gonna be tough here for the Liquid side to do that much in this round. 2 9s is almost like pocket jacks.
Will you stop with your pocket jacks and hooks?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Just stop with the jacks.
I don't know what's going on, James. I'm gonna have to look all this stuff up so I know.
Liquid on the eco, man down for both sides. More HEs roaming the map. Elige has fallen, as has Adren. Looks good for TSM to take the lead here. And again, so despite Liquid winning the pistol, they failed on the force buy of TSM. And now things are not going well for the Liquid side.
It feels a little bit impossible to understand what's going to happen. Because yeah. Because, you know, we've had evidence again and again that some of the more guaranteed rounds, both teams are having trouble with them. You know, so that is an issue. Because what that does is it just makes this crazy situation where the economies are always in awful spots, and then these teams can't really string rounds together. So we get this very close game. And we have maybe a very fast push timing coming in from the TSM side. The boost on Elige. Elige might be the power man, the power hold here, but actually it's Nitro who does a significant amount of damage. Bit of spray errant bullets here, shot through the smoke, not connecting. Elige is going to get smacked down by Finesse. Not much finesse to that shot, but Nitro is there dealing damage ever still. And Xemphis on 10 HP, that is, I believe, Nitro is doing as well. So Nitro almost getting 3 kills And it's a 3 versus 3 situation. Bomb now planted by Sick on the bomb site. Nice little spray control there from Hiko, able to track the head of the assailants and now get the 3rd kill for the defuse and the round there for Liquid. 10-10, and Liquid will find themselves in a tie game situation. But where does the economy lie? The bomb did go down, so the economy is actually somewhat fantabulous. It is combobulous, James.
It is perhaps quite combobulous, Dan. So, seems we are going all the way to 30 rounds, the way these two teams go back and forth. AWPs onto, wow, double AWPs on the CT side. We've got 3 AWPs on Cobblestone. Not every day that you get to see that. Let's see what these teams can do with their respective big green guns. 3 over towards the B site for the CTs, and 2 in aggressive positions towards A. Kustar looking for info, but Elige is a one-man Miley Cyrus wrecking ball swinging through the drop zone, taking all in his path, leaving terror in his wake.
I would be terrified. I would in fact be quite terrified. Here we go though. We do have TSM on the move. On the move. Through middle. Nice little flashbang by Hiko. Bit annoying, not too annoying, but just a little bit.
Somewhat annoying.
And here you go, a bit of bothersome, troublesome. In comes Sick though, nice little spray down onto Hiko, catches him out of position. Kusta with a shot to the side and the spot on the bomb. Now there's reinforcements coming, the cavalry have arrived. Sick down against 4 players, 2 of which heavily tagged, but how on earth is he going to recover the bomb here? The spray down is good. 1 player out of the picture, but there are more to follow. And Nitro will indeed follow through with the bullets. With surgical precision, straight for a full frontal lobotomy there. Courtesy of Team Liquid. See you later, Sick. Right then.
Right then.
Now then.
We shouldn't say that anymore.
Look at this.
Bye for both teams again, so the struggle continues. This is...
Combobulous.
Indeed it is. So again, we've got an early 2-man push from Liquid, but they are backing off with haste. 1 player in danger. That's Kusta. We've got to jump past the bait to see what information there is to be had. The information is that Kusta is towards Long A. Retreating now, and Long A will more or less be abandoned by the side. Again, it is a double AWP situation here for the Liquid team, with no AWPs for TSM. Semphis on a mid-deagle with a smoke. Minute 10 for TSM to aggress. They will be slowed down in the drop by that smoke. And slowly moving towards the B-bomb site now, so it might be a bit of shock and awe, a numbers game. See if the trades can go in their favour. Adren playing around the chicken coop with the AWP. You can see that laser line there as the lasers of the T's move towards the crack in the wall. Molotovs to try and make their advance a little more safe. Adren though with an ill timing to get a grenade out. He's an AWP out. He's holding an AWP out. Oh dear, what a mess.
God, that mess.
But they could still take this. The bomb's been planted, but there's a man advantage for the CTs and more nades are coming in. The flashbang will slow down the T's. But they have since recovered 2 more flashes and the molly and the smoke for the CTs to play with, but their advance is slow.
The advance is now hastened somewhat as to get the defuse now. 1 HP for Kusta. 1 HP, but Liquid claimed the round. But due to the bomb plant, is TSM on a buy? They should be on a buy. Oh, that's close, but not close enough, James. It's a little bit shy of a buy. There will be none in the way of guns.
I don't know why Adren can't be the guy getting the nades out, because he's the guy holding the line for the entire site. If he has a nade out and his timing is off, then they're screwed.
Indeed.
They won the round, but still I think that he has to... I mean, sure, a Molotov may be useful there. A Molotov may be useful there, but he just can't afford to put the AWP away. In my opinion.
Well, it's pistols, James, so it's time for TSM to take a round. Let's see, though, if in all seriousness, Liquid can hold better this time around. And that pick there to thin out the push is going to be somewhat nice. And there's the second follow-up as well. So Kusta doing a good job so far. Now the teammates will arrive, and it will be a solid cleanup. And it does look to be that Liquid now take a decisive advantage, but the money is flowing, the coffers are full. And now it's time to buy all the luxurious goods. And it appears as if we may have a tactical pause, James.
Indeed, we do have a tactical pause, confirmed tactical pause by TSM, who find themselves 3 rounds behind. Liquid with some consistency and perhaps getting too close to round 16 for comfort as far as TSM are concerned. Now, I'm not really sure what to suggest.
James, the camera comes to us. Perhaps the viewers seek answers. But what are we to do? What are we to do, James? We have no answers. I'm sorry, guys. We have no answers for you. You are fresh out of luck. How can you possibly predict this game? The thing is that on paper, again, Liquid should be superior to TSM in many ways, from an individual skill perspective, from the fact that the experience perspective, from the fact that they've recently done quite well in the major. The only issue, of course, is the fact that Adren's back in the lineup now. Kusta's in there as well. There's no Simple. Some of the routine that they may have had with Simple on there, some of the stuff they may have relied on Simple for.
I don't know that they had routine when Simple was there, the way they prepared for the major.
Well, absolutely. But the thing is, with Simple, to some extent as well, I mean, because there was, definitely a degree of preparation, because Simple had been there for a while, was at the very least, they can let Simple do stuff. They can be like, okay, here is space for you, Simple, and we can structure a little bit around that, like as Flipside used to do with Simple, right? But now that's gone. Kusa's going to be a different type of AWPer to Simple, very much so. I don't think there might even be an AWPer that's quite like Simple. So then you got a different beast on your hands, and GB James is gone.
Yeah.
So there are changes afoot, and Liquid need a time period for adaptation, and this is similar to Cloud9 and probably almost all the teams in the league that seemingly have had changes in one way or another going into the start of the season for this league and many others. So there you go, James. I spoke.
Well done, Dan. And the unpause has indeed come in for the match. So let's see what TSM have to offer, if anything, in the remainder of this match. They have a bye coming out. Again, there's no AWP for Semphis. We know how important he can be for the team. I do believe he is top fragging for the team at the moment. And he will need to get in yet more frags if they are to close the gap between these two teams. The bomb is headed over towards A long, where there has been some action, but I believe it's Hiko there alone at the moment. And TSM are trying to suggest a fast play towards B, but Hiko spotted the information and he's going to retreat with that. Allow his team to rotate. Although there isn't much of a rotation at the moment, actually. Indeed, Adren, it seems they don't believe it's going to be A, and Adren's moving towards B, leaving Hiko alone, but TSM are a bit static at the moment, perhaps having seen Hiko as well, so they've got to slowly clear things out. Liquid with not the most information over towards B. I'm not sure if they have Kusta. They've probably boosted him up, actually, since he has the AWP. So it may be very late that Liquid find out that the numbers are over towards A. And it might be when they are all over the site. Adren moving to balcony, I think. Indeed he is.
I think this could be problematic. If TSM are allowed to just execute the smokes again on the site, this is problematic indeed. Because you can also see that there is a bit of harassment towards Dropzone, or there was. Again though, the Drops player is going to rotate towards the bulk of the push instead of trying to risk it into drop, which I don't know about, but either way, TSM have gone for this option, and let's see how it works out for them. They've got a stronger push on the front, they've got no flanking opportunities, so they have to get it done on the site. Hiko's still hiding amongst the cannons, ready to unleash the cannon of his own. It is going to be the M4 Golden Coil, dealing death and murderous rage onto all the T players moving into the site. That's Liquid with round 14, and TSM now, at best they can have a quasi. They likely will have a quasi, or actually they are going to force, of course, James, due to the fact that if they don't force, then they are all out of luck because Team Liquid will already be on 15 rounds. And at least if they force, with the max loss bonus, they can actually get a buy-in if they get a bomb plant as well. And the bomb plant is made more likely with the force. But look at that. Look at the grenade count. It is absolutely shameful.
Trying times for the TSM side. It's been a long best of 3 as well, so to lose it at this point will be sorely disappointing for either side, but perhaps for TSM a little bit more. So Kusta, does he even see the player? No, the flames and the smoke will be too much, so put himself in a bit of a weak spot there and was punished for it. That's an early advantage for TSM, a free kill. Didn't even fire a shot.
Yeah, so you can see TSM, I mean, Sika is going to be the guy maybe to get some pressure into towards Plat, but it does feel like TSM just want to go B right now. I kind of get that feeling. I can have a very, very slow, so impatient round, just burning some of the early time, seeing if there will be any moves made, any extra grenades thrown. Both sides falling very, very low on utility now. TSM do not want to throw away their advantage. They know that this is the round that counts the most towards their efforts to take this map and series. Besides the winning round, if it should arrive. But here you go. They gotta do this right here. In comes the push. Sick, jumping, leaping, diving, Supermaning off the B flat, and that is a nice entry kill. That is going to make the difference now. There's no one left. Liquid have evaporated.
Nice.
They are gone. And that is going to be that. That is that.
So Liquid never recovered in this round from losing Kusta early to the free pick on the plateau. And their money is good actually. So I think Kusta will be buying as well. So Adren was dropped forward, rest of the team looking good, and the pressure will indeed continue. So 14-11, Liquid had the advantage of the loss bonus creeping up as well as their lead reduces, if it is to reduce further. So hopefully for Liquid, Kusta will not make the same mistake twice. As the 3-1-1 song goes. For more song references.
Yeah, the song references, many have there been. Also, speaking weirdly has happened quite often. It's just happening, James. It's just one of those nights, one of those days and nights.
Dark days and bright nights, Dan.
Days and nights.
As the Bubba Sparks album goes, Dan.
Oh wow,
I think it's Bubba Sparks.
You are.
I'm all over this.
It's quite on point.
So Kusta's gone from B to A with his Man of War. He will need to be a Man of War to help his team take this over the line. Again, it's a slow round. Everybody holding formation. There are two T's in danger actually. So Kusta could be in a bit of trouble here. Walking around with the USP, he will need to get the bigger gun out. Indeed, he will. Oh, he can get 2 for 1, and indeed he will. In the face, through the face, into FNS. That is a solid 2-man. Timing is unreal. Nitro taking 2 down with him as well. Semphis has a lot to do here. He's going to get tagged, but he will surely just hold the angle while his team come in to clean up. The cleanup operation has started and been completed. Liquid make it to match points.
All right, it is definitely looking quite good for Liquid now. They can taste victory, James. I don't know what it tastes like, but it probably tastes good. And it's going to be awarded to them shortly, should they be able to take it over the line against what is, quite frankly, an appalling buy. There's the peak from Kusta though. Oh my goodness. What is happening? What is going on, Semphis? Right now, 2 Deagle frags coming out of the blue, out of the woodwork. And that is going to throw a novelty-sized wrench into the inner workings of Team Liquid's CT side on Cobblestone. That was not Cobobulus, James. That was Cobobulera. I don't know. Tried to make one up on the spot. Didn't work. I'm not the one, James. But maybe you can be.
Well, wonder what this will do to the CT economy should this not go their way. Okay, so they can keep up the pressure for now. But again, there's just, I say just, but it is important. There's a man disadvantage for the CT side at present. And they are lacking information. They have to gamble on which site it will be. And they're gambling on B, Dan.
The gamble's
but
wrong, James.
It appears to be A.
They bet everything on red. But as always, Jace, it's black. As always.
35 seconds left, and TSM only now starting to charge the site. These are the times where things can go wrong. There's still opportunity for a rotation to come in. I'm not sure if Connector's been smoked off. Kusa's close to the door now, and they still haven't made it to the site. 20 seconds left. The bomb is down, and there it is. Kusa on the high ground here. 17 seconds left. Is this the way things end for TSM? Can they get the bomb down? Bomb's being collected. Bomb is being planted. That is one of the tasks done now. Man advantage for the T's. Make that 2. FNS coming in with a Tech 9. Nitro is going to push. They can buy in the next round, and he is going to go for it. He has a kit. Doesn't have much else. Trying to be a bit careful here. He knows there are many blind spots to look at. Is he going to jump out of the balcony, though? The clock is ticking pretty fast. I don't know if there's value in it anymore. Seems damage. Ooh, nicely done. And now he's going for it. Wants to take the gun away from Twist because I don't think the defuse is coming in. Headshot, though. That'll put an end to things.
So they are hanging on to the precipice there by the fingernails, but they are hanging on right now. But Liquid already on 15 rounds. The problem for Liquid though is that if they lose this round, they don't have any money. TSM go to 14 essentially before another buy comes from Liquid, and then that buy itself is likely not going to be all that. It's not going to be that great. I don't know if they'll be able to afford an AWP unless it goes armorless. So generally speaking, TSM right now, after winning that very surprising round, are in a very, very good spot. Liquid's in trouble right now. They need an early round advantage. They need something. But I doubt TSM are going to give it to them. TSM looking like they want to just hit up a straight B play. It is going to be the B play. Twist is there. He's the first man. Or Dren is going to be flash for there. And I think that he spotted Twist. Can he spy the head of Twist with this Mag 7? Can he get it done? So many flashes there. Twist is incredibly blind all the time. Just all the time there. There is Adren spotting one. The Mag 7 will miss its mark. Adren is wrapping in the side with Sick. Sorry, rather Sick is wrapping to the side. As we have problems here for Liquid. Everyone's dead apart from Kusa. He's just going to have to save this AWP. There's nothing else he can do. And this could very well go to overtime at this rate due to the fact that, again, Liquids aren't going to have a decent buy until that 14th, until TSM basically are in position to get the overtime round. That's essentially when there'll be a good buy for Liquid. So I don't know what Liquid are going to do here, but TSM are not down and out just yet. And again, James, like it comes back so much to these rounds, which consistently are being lost by both teams against Tech 9s and Galils and random pieces of crap.
Random pieces of crap.
That's how I classify the Tech 9s. But I mean, how many times have we seen that happen? And it just throws all the you have advantages, but they can't. The teams are struggling to capitalize on these advantages in this series. That is the story for me.
Pistols and 1 HE is what Liquid have to offer, and I do expect that this will be a slow round, Dan. Slow torture. We've got a 4-man stack over towards the B bomb site for Liquid. TSM, I have no doubt, will be playing this very carefully indeed. Passive angles to start. 1 minute 30 on the clock. I don't expect them to press W, Dan, until 1 minute at the earliest.
Yeah, that's just generally how it's been. It seems like we've actually observed this a lot in the NA matches, actually, that there's a very consistent pace in that sense across a lot of the teams in North America at the moment that we've casted. It tends to vary a little bit more in Europe, I think, from the European games that we've been casting. But need a bigger sample size, I should say, before making any conclusive decisions. Ooh, the flank from Adren. Oh, he gets the taps. Very nicely done by Adren there. And this is actually a really, really good position to have a rifle in, because look at this crossfires that potentially there, but the grenades initially are denying the first entry point, which is the double doors, but the players of Liquid are spilling out all over the place. It's just one left now. Hiko, he will be filled full of hot metal, hot leads.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say hot lava. But there we go.
There is no lava gun.
Liquid on the last buy of normal time.
Yeah, and look at it, James. Is it not
It's all right.
It's okay, but where's the AWP at? Where is the AWP at?
Indeed, there is no AWP onto Kusta, and he is no simple in that respect with the rifles.
No, this is going to be a tough one for them. But look at the difference here from TSM. Look how passive they are towards the A side of the map. All 4 players, leaving only 1 man alone towards B. Typically, their defaults would actually feature more towards B, so it does just look like they're going to try to take the A side of the map into an A take. That appears to be likely what they're going to commit to do. Unless it goes awfully, I doubt they're going to set their minds on anything else. And there's a lot of nades here. Kusta's going to spot a lot of the nades, and he's going to just fall all the way back. So he's not even kind of getting pushed back angle for angle. He's just going all the way back here. And you can see that he respects perhaps Semphis and the AWP entries that he is potentially capable of here in this position. And again, just holding here, but slowly, gradually getting position. And the thing is that so many Molotovs have been used towards that side of the map that that essentially Liquid should realize that there are a lot of TSM players towards A, and their investment so far has been massive towards the A side of the map. They've used so many nades.
Larger than large. So TSM starting to move in. They've got a reasonable amount of nades. 2 flashes as well. All that Liquid have in the hole is counter flashes, and they will need them to work. How important is Hiko's position right now? We are going to find out. He's going to get wrecked straight away, in fact. Kusta behind the APC takes the bomb down. 2-man spray down for Kusta, putting in work into the M4. Almost gets a nice dink onto automatic, actually, but it's not enough. He gets the frag. Man advantage, though, for the CTs, but there are 12 seconds left for the bomb to be planted, and FNS is the only man remaining for his team. The clock is in the red zone, 5 seconds, and they could lose the entire match stand by timeout on round 30. Indeed, what a way to make it so far and lose by timeout. That's a shame, but there we go.
That sucks for them.
16-14, Team Liquid take it over TSM.
And they could absolutely have, for example, sped up their run a little bit to try to accommodate for this. That's the thing that we've seen happen. I mean, some teams, for example, that take this approach even further. We've seen that from, there was one in 18 that did it in one of the NA matches, and I can't remember which it was, but we had loads of timeouts, losses from timeouts, because they were just way too slow. So perhaps, we'll see potentially in a bit of a lesson here for TSM, because as we saw on Cobblestone, they had a lot of very slow rounds. And it's okay to have slow rounds, but I think mixing it up a little bit more is perhaps required. Liquid were doing that. Some rounds they just rush A mids, just barrel down the A site, and some rounds they'd be very slow. So that Liquid have more of a differentiation. A differentiation. That is a word on their pace, which I think is good. But yeah, ended up being the expected result, but not anything close to how I expected to see it.
Indeed. Well. Yeah. That will bring our North American broadcast to a close for today. We will be back tomorrow with some European matches, followed by some more North America. So lots more Counter-Strike coming your way. Thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you back here very soon. Goodbye.